What's up, Leo? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, guys. So we are in May. So let's see what's going on in your lives. Guys, please keep in mind we're going through a Pluto retrograde right now. So everyone's getting affected by it. You might be a little bit over emotional. You might be a little out of whack. You might be really back and forth with your feelings. So just know that that's normal. And right now, I feel like everyone's just kind of going through a process where we're purging things that don't necessarily, suit us. And life is just rearranging itself in a way where we're going towards things that we truly need to be around in our lives. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So let's see what is going on with y'all. So this is going to be, like I said, May 2019. We're going to do a look at your past, present, and future. This is general, guys. Whatever comes out, comes out. And this will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Leo signs, okay? All right, Leo. So what is going on here? You guys had the King of Wands in the reverse pop out. For some of you, maybe that's promiscuity or cheating. For others of you, that could just be something that kind of like pisses you off or throws you off, where you come a little bit out of your element. So we'll see what that's about. All right, y'all. So we have your past. We have your present. And future. All right, guys. So the energy that you have here is the Magician in the reverse, all right? So this is when a person chooses not to manifest something anymore, or it can simply be that there's manipulation in something. Whichever it is, it's just not going to work out, okay? Whether you're choosing to stop putting effort in something altogether, or you see manipulation in situations so you don't put any more effort in it. But because you stop putting effort into something, you manifest something that's very stable for you, okay? So let's see what that's about. Now, starting with your past, guys, the first card that you have here is the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is all about just really being, at ease with a situation, feeling good about a situation, your temperament being good in a situation. Okay, so let's see why this is here. And I did forget to mention at the beginning of the video, guys, that I do post daily energies every day on my Instagram, so you can check it out, High Vibrations 44, okay? All right, so why is this Temperance card here? We have the Knight of Swords. So maybe some of you were dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. So we'll keep that in mind. And we have the Three of Cups. So maybe you're feeling good about something that you have going on with the Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Or maybe there's just something here that you can be taking on the energy of the Knight of Swords and just being really, really focused on how to get from point A to point B without derailing yourself. So there could be something that you're really celebrating because you're so focused. And if there's any sort of like betrayals or heavy endings in your life, anything that may have ended abruptly, I feel like this situation is helping you to get past that with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, now we do have the Five of Cups as the next card for you guys for the past. So usually when the Five of Cups comes out, yes, it's going to be a card about loss, sadness, things like that. But what it really focuses on is that there can be a person that's paying more mind to what they have lost as opposed to what they still have going for themselves. So you really want to make sure that your mind wasn't focusing on the wrong things, okay? You have the Queen of Cups, so maybe there's a water sign around you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If not, this is someone who, yes, could be at a loss, but they're very in tune with their emotions, because this is someone who's very transparent. They're not afraid to be vulnerable. They're going to speak their mind. They could be very loving. So maybe it was a good friend that you had around you, but someone who understands, someone who's loving, someone who's tender, someone who can be good to be around if you're not in a good place. All right, and we have the Hermit card in the reverse here. Okay, so with the Hermit card in the reverse, for some people that could be you kind of finally coming out of a shell that you've been in, coming out of a sense of solitude or stagnation that you've been in. For others, maybe you're feeling lost, or you're feeling some sort of loss over a situation where you didn't have all the facts, or maybe where someone didn't have all the facts on you. Okay. The last card that you guys have here for the past is the Moon card in the reverse. So with the Moon card in the reverse, this talks about clarity. If there was, any sort of pain that came from secrets, then this is healing. If there was anything that, you were not clear about, now you're clear about it. Again, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is a sense of healing. This is a sense of coming from the mindset of lack to the mindset of, more abundance. And you have the Two of Cups. So whether maybe it's a lover in your life, maybe it's a friend in your life, maybe it's a close family member, but I feel like with whatever it is that you guys are going through here, there is a lot of support that you have in this. Okay, but again, you know that you just don't want to manifest anything where there was manipulation or where things you just knew weren't going to work. Okay. Now, in the present moment, Leo, the first card that you guys have is the Strength card in the verse. So this is your card here. So is there something that's debilitating you? Is there something that you're putting a lot of effort into that doesn't deserve your effort? Okay, let's see. Queen of Wands. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's something, guys, that just isn't working. For some of you, that could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But although this is debilitating to you, and that's why the Strength card is coming up in the reverse, you're still going to stand within your power to make sure that you fall away from things that just don't make sense at this point. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to be going through that purging process as well. All right, the center of your reading, guys, what everything taps into and ties into, you have the Ace of Swords. So yes, this is all about new beginnings and great new things that come into your life. But when you have the swords here, it's really saying that you had to cut out something that was kind of bullshit in your life. So you're cutting that out, and that's why you're able to move forward towards this new beginning. You guys have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So cutting out something that you knew wasn't going to be successful. Okay, and you have the Two of Wands. So now things are kind of changing where, you know, you're able to take a path that you're going to be very, very passionate about. For some of you, maybe you were just very passionate about the path that you were on, but I don't think that that's the case, because we could be passionate about something. Like if you have the Two of Wands in the verse, it doesn't mean you're not passionate about it. It could just mean, yeah, you have passion, but it's not the right thing for you. So here, this is kind of taking a good turn, kind of going on the road that you're meant to be on. So because of something that's not successful, you get to go towards that, you know, that good path, that path that you'll be rejoicing that you're on and that you're happy that you're on. Okay, but you have the High Priestess in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles, which means is you guys know what needs to be done, you know what you have to do, but there's this part of you that's really questioning, did I do the right thing? Okay, and you know, with the High Priestess in the verse, if this isn't someone, you know, questioning what they already know, then it could be a lack of self-confidence as you make this decision. So you really have to listen to your gut here, because here a lot of you can be questioning what your heart and your soul is telling you. Now with the Three of Swords here and the Chariot in the reverse, there's something in your life that can cause disappointment that you just don't have control over anymore. Okay, maybe there's a move that didn't work out. Maybe there's a partner or friendship or a family member, you know, that you're just going to have to part ways with for whatever reason. Okay, so this is you guys really just trying to find balance in all of this. All right, so you guys have the Four of Swords. And you have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So you guys at this point, it's like you're so wrapped up in what you're unsure to leave behind. And in the stagnation, all that happens, it's like you're sitting in a cloud of unhappiness. Okay, the hesitation is what I see messing you guys up the most here. So you really want to make sure that you act accordingly. And if there's a band-aid that needs to come off, rip that shit off. Okay, because yeah, there's something again that you guys still don't want to manifest here, or that you know you can't manifest anymore. All right, so you have to find balance, and that balance is going to be with moving forward. But right now, some of you are just like mentally stuck. When you have the Four of Swords, that's a lot of mental activity. You know, that's someone who they're thinking about all of their choices and every single way that they can move forward, but they don't actually take one of those paths yet. They're still in the thinking process of it. So it's a matter of moving past that. Eight of Swords too. So this is still someone who's closed in, who has that blindfold on, who is holding themselves back mentally more than anything. So right now, Leo, the biggest enemy that you have in your life is your thought process. Okay, that's the only thing that can keep you guys imprisoned right now. So the Eight of Swords is the first card for the future. Let's see why this is here. Eight of Cups. All right, who is it that you have to walk away from? What is it that you have to walk away from? And why do you feel so stuck on it? Okay. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's just something that won't work. So someone you have to walk away from, something you have to walk away from. It could be a job, it could be some sort of environment, it could be where you live, okay? And again, it's like you're still within your power, so it's not like the outside world sees you guys as weak or anything like that. It's just there's a lot internally that you're going through, mentally that you're going through, and you guys get to the point where you just don't want conflict. You don't want to fight. You don't want to argue. You don't want to scream. You don't want to yell. You don't want to have to feel like you're competing with anyone. You just don't want any of that. You want to avoid conflict at all costs. And when you turn your back on whatever this was, you guys expand in a very huge way here. And you have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So you guys are expanding, but emotionally you could be upset. All right. So guys, time heals all. And Leos, and I don't mean to put pressure on this with you guys. I'm saying this out of love, but you guys are pillars in society. Okay. Along every sign, they have their things that they're strong with. Where, let's say a Pisces, for example, they're very empathic. They're very, they have that natural psychic energy, so the world can benefit so much from that. A Taurus, I'm a Taurus, we're great with money, we're great with building businesses, we're great with talking to people, so we can help with stuff like that. Leos, you guys pretty much have a lot of that all combined, so you guys are the leaders of the zodiac. Okay, you're the leaders of the zodiac. So unfortunately there is a lot of pressure sometimes that can come with being in that position where people will see you as the person that they need to go to, for advice, or as the person that they need to follow their guidance. So there's going to be a sense of you guys, really maybe just being in your emotions with this, but you guys don't have too much time to just kind of tap out and, make yourselves absent from what's going on in your day to day. So I say that with love, guys, and as a person who's always busy and has so many people depending on them, there's not one moment where there's not something that needs to be done for work. So I get the pressure of just wanting to cry and just sit. I was like that last week. I'm like, I don't want to do shit, but I'll people are going to want to kill me if I don't work these few days. So it's kind of just a sense of having to cry shit out and really just feeling the emotions, but then just breathing and saying, okay, I know I feel like shit, but like I have to get up and there's shit that I have to get done. So it's just a matter of having to play both parts. So where do you find that balance? Because that's really what you guys have to find. How do you heal? How do you find balance with what's going on? Okay. And how do you keep working? How do you keep showing up every day? How do you keep being that person that people love to see? You guys have such a magnetic energy, and I've always said it. And it's funny because sometimes if I'll do like what's considered a bad reading for a sign, if it shows people being hurt or anything like that, people will say, oh, you have something against us. And it's funny because I've been heartbroken by Leo before, and it was like one of the biggest heartbreaks I've ever experienced. I think it's the biggest heartbreak I've ever experienced, to be honest. But like I always remember what attracted me to it. You guys have such a magnetic energy. You guys are so powerful. And me as a person who just wants to do everything on my own and, make an income on my own and just be on my own and be self-sufficient. Like, that's why me and Leo's, we get along so well, because you guys have that go, go, go mentality. You guys really know how to make your name known, how to be heard, how to be respected, how to be a leader. And that shit is fucking amazing. So that's why I make sure to always remind you guys of who you are. And that is what the world wants from you. And that's what you should be putting out. You have influence to do whatever it is that you want. So don't forget who you are, especially because you're going through something painful here. Okay, or just something that's kind of throwing you off. So yes, there's going to be things that you have to deal with, but at the same time, the world is changing and you're expanding in a very large way. Okay, so the last card that you guys have here for the future is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So something that you feel you need to let go of. Okay, something that you're just not moving forward with as you expand, and that's how it was meant to be. Okay, you're on the right path here. You are becoming or coming more into alignment with your higher self, your higher purpose, what it is that you're meant to do in life. Ace of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, something is going to end, and maybe it's because somebody wasn't genuinely invested in whatever this was. Maybe it was losing you money. Maybe there was some sort of betrayal here, an offer that wasn't good. So you have to abruptly just walk away from all of this. But that's what the world and the universe is pushing you towards, guys. So again, this is going to be a time of purging. So the best advice I can give you guys, and I'm going to pull you some cards of advice right now, but on my own personal level, again, with everything astrologically that's happening right now, guys, The universe is setting you guys up to be on a path where things kind of just come in effortlessly. So if you see you're having a lot of problems with a particular person, or there's something that you're fighting for and you're just really not getting anything good out of it, then those are the things that have to go. We're not meant to be struggling right now. No one is meant to be struggling right now. So if that struggling is becoming intense, you know, whether it's an emotional struggle or financial struggle or mental struggle, whatever's causing you to struggle is not meant to be there. Okay, so I know it's easier said than done, but that's when you guys have to use that Leo switch that I keep telling you about. All right, you got to flip the switch on something that's just not working for you, not working for your mind, not working for your heart, not working for your body. Okay. All right, guys, so let's see what the advice is for you. We have the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, wow, Three of Pentacles, the Moon card. So with this clarity that's coming in, you know, and everything that you have to walk away from with the Moon card, that's an awakening that I feel is going to happen for a lot of you, okay? It's time for new, guys. You're waking up with the Fool card. You're going on a brand new journey here. And you know in your heart and in your soul that this was the right thing. You have something so emotionally fulfilling coming in where you will be building, where you will be heard, where you will be respected, where you will be understood. Okay, so that's what's coming in from you. So you have to look at these two situations that you could be dealing with. You know, do I want to be overlooked? Do I want to feel like shit? Or do I want to go towards something where I can really change the world in a big way, where I'm very fulfilled? You know, that's a no-brainer, Leo. Why is this High Priestess here? You have the Two of Pentacles. Why is this Ace of Cups here? Knight of Cups in the reverse. And why is this Three of Pentacles here? Nine of Cups. All right, so you guys are weighing out whether or not you should go towards something, if you should end something. So it's like you know what you have to do, but you're still on the fence. Okay, for some of you, maybe you're coming out of a situation where someone was cheating. Maybe you're coming out of something that just left you emotionally scarred or left you emotionally, you know, unstable for even a little bit. But honestly, look at the energy. You have the King of Swords in the reverse. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Magician here. So usually when I see this King of Swords in the reverse specifically, I'll warn people because I could say that's a very tough energy because it could be someone who's abusive, but at the same time, it could also be someone who has just gotten pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And so finally they push back. They push back, and when they do push back, it could look bad and they could look like an asshole, but it's because they were pushed to such an extent. Okay, so and you know, imagine, for example, a dog, right? There's a dog sitting there and they have someone that keeps hitting them and keeps hitting them, but it's a good dog and the dog doesn't want to hurt the person, but the person keeps hitting and hitting and hitting. So finally the dog attacks. Let's say after weeks, months, years of being hit, the dog attacks. And so let's say there's someone just walking by and they see that attack and they're like, holy shit, this dog is fucking awful. And it's like, no, let's talk about what got the dog to that point. That's the point that you guys are at. You've gotten pushed to such an extreme that when you push or push back at an extreme, people are going to be like, whoa, what's going on? It's like, nah, you had that coming. You know you had that coming, and this is what it is. So you guys are really just protecting yourselves at an extreme, and I can't blame you for that because you have so much that wants to happen in your life, but you have to clear up the space for that, okay? So I'm going to pull you guys an Earth Magic Oracle card just to see what guidance comes in. The deck I was just using was the Wild Unknown Tarot. All right, what card of guidance do you guys need? These cards are Earth Magic Oracle cards. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I just want to say that. Very interesting, guys. Okay. So I was telling all the other signs that I read these cards in reverse as well. This is the only Oracle deck I do this with as of now because I'm very acquainted with it. But it always works out. Now, the main card that you guys had fall out was Stillness. Okay, taking a second to just stop moving and stop thinking so much. Take a step back, y'all. Okay, put everything to the side for a moment. Turn the TV off, turn your phone off, turn social media off. Just turn everything off for a moment and just breathe for a second. Where are you in life? Are you happy? How did you get here? If you don't like certain things in your life, how much of that can you blame on yourself, honestly? And how much of that can you blame on those around you? If that's coming from those around you, are these people that you're tied to and stuck to? Or is this a decision that you made to break bread with this person or to be around this person? Is this something that you can fall away from? So there's just a sense of you guys having to stop doing so much just for a second, just to kind of regroup rather, and just see where you are in life and what needs to be done. Now you guys have the Earth Magic card in the reverse and unfoldment after that, which is talking about that there's something big that wants to happen, but it hasn't happened yet because of your need to just be still for a moment. But it's showing that this is, with the lotus flower, guys, it is going to unfold. This is something that you're going to see, okay, wow, this is how this came into my life. And it's because I took a second to think and to breathe and to really reevaluate, the relationships in my life, the people in my life, the jobs in my life, things like that. Now, you guys have volcano in the reverse, volatility in reverse. So instinct in reverse behind that. Again, guys, if there is anything that's causing kind of like that volcanic, explosion, if it's causing any sort of emotions like that, it's not for you right now. There's something that's kind of throwing you off your instincts. All right. If it feels like this at all, it's not meant to be there. This is the type of mood and vibe that we're doing this month. We don't want shit. We don't want to fight. We don't want to argue. If someone wants to argue with you, they might as well argue by themselves, because it's not going to get you guys anywhere. So I know that there's certain things in life that we do have to fight for and that we do have to work through. But this month, and for this reading specifically, you're not meant to endure all of that. You're not meant to go through all this headaches and, all this pain and all this turmoil. It's just not, it doesn't have to happen like that. So guys, this is not going to be a situation where you're going to want to take, an insane approach to get what it is that you feel that you want. This is going to be a time where you are finding the path of least resistance, because for what is coming into your life, the universe isn't going to resist it. It's something that's just going to be handed to you, just given to you, and it's something that's just going to make sense for you, and it's going to be natural for you. So if it's fighting, if it's crying, if it's arguing, if it's anything that makes you feel less than, then you need to kick that out of your life. It's not meant to be there. Okay, so definitely a lot to think about. And Leos, you guys bounce back quick. You guys are powerful people. And I know sometimes we're just tired. We're just tired and we just want to take a moment and we just want to cry. And it's just like, shit, I'm strong for everyone all the time and I just need a moment myself. And that's okay, guys. Take that moment. And like I said, with this Pluto retrograde that we're going through, it affects everyone. You're probably going to notice that you're more tired. You're probably going to notice that you're not sleeping as well throughout the night. You're probably going to notice that you're back and forth with a lot of stuff. Even if you feel like you've emotionally established your feelings on something, this is going to be a time where you kind of go back and it's like, wait, did I make the right choice? Was this the right thing? So there's a lot of that back and forth. So when you're put in that position where you're thinking about what is it that I want, what's going to be good for me, just ask, is it causing a lot of restrictions in your life? Is there a lot of reluctance coming from you or from another person around you when it comes to this? All right. We're not in a time where things are supposed to be difficult. So if it's causing you difficulty and it's not something that needs to be there, then don't allow it to be there. Okay. So Leos, I love you guys so much. Like I said, you can catch me on Instagram, High Vibrations 44, to check out the daily energies that I post and just see the stuff that I personally post. But if you guys would like a personal reading, you can book it right on my website, highvibrationswithliz.com. All of this information is in the description below. So I do offer 30-minute readings, and then I offer a quick question option. So if you just have a question like, what job should I take, or should I see this person next Friday, something like that, then you can go ahead and ask me that. It usually takes me about 5 business days at most to get back to those. I try to do it much sooner, but just remember, I am one person, so I work as quickly as I can. All right, Leos, I love you guys so much. Happy May, and I'll see you guys for your mid-months.